We all go at some point to the doctor, and the doctor gets us a physical, a lab test, a general lab test, and with great regularity, we see as physicians and as patients that we are lacking vitamin D. But many times, our doctors don't even know or how to explain what the symptoms or signs are of the deficiency of vitamin D. If we knew this, we could actually reverse this before we even go to our physical and get a checkup, because we know that some of the symptoms we are feeling today, maybe feeling tired, brain fog, weakness, low energy, could be just the lack of vitamin D. What are the signs and symptoms of the lack of this vitamin? How can you reverse this? That's what I'm going to reveal to you in today's video. Most people think that vitamin D is just about the bones, and that is completely just an understatement, an entire, very basic, very ignorant understatement, because vitamin D plays a role in almost every single cell in the body, not just our bones, but our muscles, our skin, the rejuvenation of our tissues, the changing of our cells, energy production. It has a lot to do, hormone even production, has a lot to do with youth, keeping healthy, and making sure you don't get sick. But sometimes the signs and symptoms are not taught to us. We don't know how to recognize when we're lacking vitamin D. That's what I'm going to teach you in just a minute. But before I continue, please make sure to subscribe to this channel. I've always been surprised at the amount of people that watch my videos but are not yet subscribed. And maybe that like button with something that you just press right now that is free with a new video that I do publish and that is given to you for you to watch could even save your life. So having said that, let's continue. Number 1, poor concentration and brain fog. Poor concentration is getting more and more common. Brain fog, memory loss, I would say even brain impairment, because the reality is that we used to see this when we were 40s, 50s. Now we see it with people that are 25, 30. Why is this happening? Well, a lot has to do with how we're eating, how we're not exercising, the lifestyle we're taking. And yes, it has to do with inflammation, but it also has to do with the lack of vitamin D, because we're not going out to the sun anymore as we used to. We don't have that physical activity, that contact with nature that produces natural vitamin D, and therefore we are lacking it. This comes to obviously the result of brain fog, poor memory function, difficulty focusing, slower thinking, mental fatigue, often described as something that not many people know even how to describe because they're not thinking clearly. And this is where you really know that something is not right. It might be inflammation, it might be lack of vitamins, but also the lack of vitamin D. Remember, vitamin D is the vitamin of life, and if you don't have it, well, then everything just goes down and starts to die off because it's lacking a very vital ingredient for you to function. Look for something like vitamin D2000 from Finland. Look for something like Neuroflex, Berbrain, Neuromatrix. All of these will help you with that brain fog and brain health. Number 2, the thinning of your hair and increased hair shedding. We all think that losing our hair has a lot to do with being male. Yes, in part it does. With our age, yes, it does also. With the lack of vitamins, yes, but we forget vitamin D. Vitamin D is one of those vitamins that improves circulation to our scalp, improves nutrient absorption by our skin, but also regulates how much our hair is going to grow, is going to thin out, or is going to die if we don't have it, right? This is what exactly has a lot to do with the vitality of our body. That is directly correlated with a lack of vitamin D. So remember this. Next time you try to get a treatment for maybe hair loss, maybe you're lacking a vitamin, and it's just as simple as taking it or having some type of activity out in the sun or in fresh air that will help you produce a natural source of vitamin D. Look for something like HSN factors from Finland, collagen. Look for something like metathyroid, CurcuHealth. All of these will help you with inflammation, hair thinning, nutrient absorption, hormone balance, and obviously the lack of vitamin D. Number 3, getting sick often. I would say that one of the most basic important functions of our body is being able to defend itself. If we can't defend ourselves with bacteria, with viruses, parasites, any of these organisms that are attacking us every single day, then we're just about dead. I mean, that's the reality. Our immune system is extremely, extremely important for our bodies, and it works and needs vitamin D to survive, right? If you don't have vitamin D, they can't produce their energy. They obviously will always be weaker, slower, easier to catch colds or flus or other infections functions because it's one of those sources of energy they need in order to act, right? It's just a matter of basic biology. During the day, you produce vitamin D. Why? Because that's the moment of the day where your immune system has to be all completely awake, not sleeping. And vitamin D has a lot to do with how your body reacts. Remember that your immune system is extremely, extremely important for you and everything that happens in your body. Look for something like I'm Defense, Immunoguard. Look for something like Probillion or Ultra C1000 from Fineland at finelandvitamins.com. Number 4, you might feel bone pain, joint pain, muscle pain, all sorts of pain because you don't have vitamin D. Vitamin D is one of those anti-inflammatory substances, hormone-producing substances, a vitamin that is essential for you to have energy, for your body to function. And if you're not functioning, if you're completely and entirely inflamed, you have a problem with your immune system, you have a problem with your memory and how it's functioning, you're going to feel weak, you're going to feel pain, and you're not going to be able to fix it because your body's not being able to catch that vitamin D needed in order to function. So it has a lot to do with pain. If you are always tired, always in pain, joint pain, muscle pain, bone pain, you are lacking vitamin D. And this is a medical fact. It's something that really happens to people who don't have enough vitamin D. The reality of today is that most of us don't have enough vitamin D. So take care of that before doing anything else. Number 5, it helps you with your bones and your structure overall. We forget that our bones are the basis of our entire body. They hold together our muscles, our organs, our tissues, and if our bones are not well calcified, and if we don't have enough vitamin D to help them stay healthy, we're not going to have enough collagen, we're not going to have enough elastin, we're not going to have enough tissue or healthy tissue on our skin, aging, and everything that has to do with just keeping ourselves healthy and youthful. Remember this, bones are not just bones, they're just the basis for our entire body, and if they lack vitamin D, then we are in great trouble. Look for something like vitamin D3 2000 from Fineland, Bone Ultra Extra Flex, or CurcuHealth that would help you with all these joint and bone pains that you might have. God bless you and take care.